take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you till the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Oh, sorry, thought you had it back there. Welcome back to Bryan Station High School here in Lexington, Kentucky. Darren Douglas along with Coach Mike Meehan as we get set for game number 5 of 6 here at Bryan Station this afternoon and evening. You're looking at the Golden Eagles of Johnson County Middle School out of Paintsville, Kentucky. They are in the all-black from head to toe. The 8th grade team here this evening, whose 7th grade lost earlier in a heartbreaker to Cottle, taking on the Wildcats of Farnsley, who are out of Louisville, Kentucky. They are in the all-blue from head to toe. Darren Douglas along with Coach Mike Meehan.
Having a good time today, Darren. Yeah. Just really enjoying this. This is a lot of fun.
Well, this is year number 2 for you, and when I talked to you last year and got you to come over and help out, you had so much fun you had to come back and try it again.
I had to come back.
Here's the kickoff return for Johnson County, straightened up at the 35.
And Darren, I really enjoy working with you too. We don't get to see each other that often. You know, you do a different thing from what we do in Lexington, but you know, you do a super job, one of the best ever. And I know you work with a partner who's one of the best ever, and I just appreciate having the chance to work with you. So.
Even he works with me, even despite he and Gary Ball were college classmates. Love giving Gary a hard time. Here's that wishbone look.
There's nothing in there.
I was looking for the Farnsley.
Yeah.
We don't have Farnsleys?
You got it right there. Right there.
No, that's the one we got there. That's McCottle.
We got it. We have it somewhere.
I had it here, and Gary took all these papers over here. So handoff up the middle for a first down to the fullback for Johnson County. We sorry we missed that first play. Trying to find all these rosters. We had all these papers a while ago, and now we got none.
Yep, we're going to find it, though. I'm telling you, we're going to find it.
We are, and hopefully, if nothing else, we can maybe get somebody's set of papers.
Yeah,
otherwise.
You just leave me alone for a minute. I'm going to see if I can find this bad boy for you.
I got you. A first down carry up the middle. Here's the fullback again. He's at the 25, 35, 25, 20, 15. He'll be chased down from behind inside the 10-yard line, but it'll be first and goal for the Golden Eagles of Johnson County.
There you go, buddy.
I knew we'd figure it out between the two of us. Gary leaves and everything goes haywire.
There's an instant replay of that play right there. No, that's another game.
Yeah, here we go. First and goal for Johnson County. They're back into that I formation. The quarterback is Grant Rice. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Grant's brother played a couple of years ago at the quarterback spot.
That's a
big hole.
Wishbone look and easily went through.
Jacob Butcher, who was the guy who made that big run to set up the play. And then Butcher just coasted into the end zone untouched for the first touchdown of the night for Johnson County. And it's 6-0 Golden Eagles just like that, 1 minute, 6 seconds in.
Yep. Really nice job of running the football. And again, we'll try to let you know about these as we go along, these blockers. They're just doing a good job.
Same play, same result. The 2-point conversion to Butcher, and it's now 8-0 Johnson County over Farnsley here early in this one.
So this is the Butcher of Paintsville, huh?
Oh, boy, I'm telling you.
Now, Paintsville is at the end of Mountain Parkway, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. You go up towards Moorhead, and it's about...
Yeah, but if you take the Mountain Parkway and take it all the way to the end...
Yeah, it's about 40 minutes east of Moorhead.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody, if you're watching this on PrepSpin.com and you'd like to comment on us or have a little shout out to somebody, but especially if we make a mistake, especially in pronunciation.
Oh, yes, please.
Because we don't have any practice. They hand us a roster right before we go out here, and so we don't have an opportunity to really look at it. So you can text, you can actually go to @PrepSpin, @PrepSpin on Twitter, or if you want to, go to my account, @CoachMeehan, MEIGHAN. And just let us know, and we'll try to make those corrections and so on, because we certainly don't want to slight anybody.
Yeah, I don't know, Coach, if you've been accused of it, but I have been flying by the seat of my pants in this business anyway for years.
We've done that before.
This is number 5, Jorian Harris, he broke the tackle. Now he's going to get straightened up at the 26, maybe the 27. Might struggle ahead to the 28-yard line. That's where the Wildcats of Farnsley will start out for their first possession of the ball game, trailing 8-0 with 6:43 to play.
I can see
in quarter number 1.
I can see right now Jorian Harris is going to be a load. He actually should have been tackled further back, and it took about 5 people to bring him down.
He's going to be the quarterback for the Wildcats. I tell you, the quarterbacks, even at the high school level, get their sprint work in during games because coaches call them all the way over to the sideline. Right. They can run back to the huddle.
Oh, I got tired of doing that.
Those teams, at least, that huddle these days. There's not many teams in Central Kentucky that huddle anymore.
No, I got tired of doing that. That running plays in, we just used the wristbands and made the call.
Power I formation. They give it off to the deep man. He's straightened up at the 25. He'll struggle back. May have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage.
Boy, I see a mismatch in size already between these two teams.
Yeah.
Boy,
65 is a tall young man for
75.
Johnson. Yeah, but 65 is like head and shoulders above any of his teammates except maybe 75.
All right.
That's Grant Bingham, 65. 75 is Chase Linton. I remember Chase. Chase played last year in the 7th grade semifinals of Johnson County and had a heck of a football game.
These are big young men.
They grow them big up there in the mountains. Pitch back, a high pitch, and Jawan Northington nowhere to run. He may have been dropped for another gain of nothing.
I wonder if Jawan's related to Nate Northington that played at the University of
Possibility,
Kentucky and the University of Louisville.
Didn't Nate come through, played high school ball in Louisville, am I correct?
Yeah, he did play in Louisville, yes. And what a fine young man, a super young man. Played at the University of Kentucky, was one of the first African-American players to break the SEC racial barrier. Super person, too.
Back to throw. Here's the quarterback.
Nice job.
Harris, he comes up over the 30, gets to maybe the 32, but he's going to be about 7 yards short of the first down. He got 6. And it'll be 4th down and long for the Wildcats, and they'll decide to punt here. And we're going to have a punter that looks to be about 5 foot tall.
Yeah.
No disrespect to him, but I tell you, Coach, I told you something off the air before we started this morning, way back at 10 o'clock. I do, of course, everybody, I do Georgetown College games, and I saw a punter for a team out of Georgia, Park University out of Georgia, and We had a punter. I've seen him tall, I've seen him short, and I've seen him wide, but never all at the same time. This guy's 5'8" and 280 pounds.
That's a big man.
And very nimble.
Oh, he jumped. They get 5-yard penalty.
A free 5-yard penalty. Now this may change Farnsley's look at things.
Yeah, it's close now.
And move it up to be fourth and about 2, maybe a yard or yard and a half. He's going to be probably a good 2 yards short, and it looks like Farnsley's going to change their mind.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to go for it here. They might as well. I mean, you come all this way, you come in from Louisville for these championship games, you play football. You know,
well,
have some fun.
You might want to consider field position if you have a pretty good punting unit, but you don't know. And Harris looks like he can get you maybe 2 yards anytime he wants when he scrambles.
Right.
So might as well try it. People, here again, we go to timeout Farnsley. They're going to make sure they get the right play call here. But the thing is, Coach, somebody asked me the other day, who's the best punter I have seen or have known about at UK that running out of punt formation. And they said Paul Calhoun. I said he was good, but I even remember as a younger kid, a guy by the name of Larry Seipel.
Oh, I remember, Larry Seipel.
And they said Larry had the green light anytime he could see a running lane to take off, and he was a good enough athlete to make it happen.
That was in the early 60s. Yeah, I do remember that.
I saw some video of him, of course.
Middle 60s.
Then he wound up playing for my favorite pro team at the time, the Miami Dolphins.
No, I tell you something about the Miami. I watched that game the other day, and they really disappointed me.
From what their head coach said in his press conference the other day after that game, he basically said they quit.
Oh, it was awful. I was embarrassed for them because they're a much better football team.
How many NFL teams you hear their head coach call them out and say they quit?
Yeah, I know. It was awful.
Not in today's thing. Here's a straight quarterback.
Nice job.
I can't call it a draw. He got it and immediately went. So that's just a basic
it's a
quarterback go.
Power is what it was, Not even lead. He just busted up the middle.
And broke a tackle, got the first down over the 40-yard line to the 41. Got about 4, so it's 1st and 10 for the the Wildcats, of Farnsley Middle School out of Louisville.
Not Northington? Was that Northington?
No, that was Harris, the quarterback.
Number 3?
Number 5.
Oh, it was 5.
Yeah, the quarterback. It was the quarterback. No, Northington got a pretty good block at the point of attack, though. Give it off on the zone read after kind of faking the jet sweep. May have gotten a yard or maybe gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't think it was a zone read. Let's just call it a zone play.
Zone play? Okay, we can do that.
He's not reading to anybody. He's just giving that ball off with one hand. There's no read involved. If you think it's a read, he's got to have 2 hands on the football where he can pull it.
Coach, I tell you one thing, being a former middle school offensive coordinator, head coach, but as the offensive coordinator, I had a quarterback that always told me, came over the sidelines because we wouldn't let him play defense. I just had that rule. Looks at me and said, Coach, I got this play that'll work. Every time he came off the field.
Yeah, of course.
Here's Harris to throw, looking deep. He has a man, Northington, who has to wait.
And
he'll be passing interference, but I think Northington caught the football. Yes.
So too. Nice job.
At the high school and middle school level, that's probably the best thing a DB can do is when he gets caught out of position, just go ahead and get the pass interference call.
Yeah, because it's a penalty from the line of scrimmage. You're absolutely right. In fact, you've got to teach them to do that. If you're beat, go ahead and take the interference penalty.
Just go ahead and grab him.
Touchdown, yeah. Watch this nice throw.
Nice throw. Now, Northington had to wait for it a minute, but here's the young man for Johnson County.
Hey, you mentioned before about running the play in with a receiver. When I was here in the early 70s at Bryan Station, we would run a play with a receiver. Well, we had a quarterback that stuttered. And I had a receiver that stuttered. And it might have been a mistake one time. I sent the receiver in with the play. I had to delay a game 3 times in a row. I mean, we can't have that.
Were you a young coach then?
I was a young coach.
Okay, that may have happened.
He was a great quarterback, really good quarterback, though, and receiver, really good. But
it probably got even worse the more excited they got too.
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, he knew how to play football.
Here's a nice play on the defensive end. That was Stallwetter that tried to get around the
number 8.
Right side, number 20 for Farnsley. He was dropped by number 8, Matt Crum.
Matt Crum, a little guy, coming up there, flying up there to make the tackle.
Had a flag from the umpire, so we're probably going to get an illegal procedure against Farnsley. And Johnson County is going to decline it. Yeah. It'll be 2nd down. They'll take the play of a loss of about 3 on that play.
Right.
When I was head coach one time, I sent in 3 plays in a row And 3 times they changed the formation and the play on me.
They
so I called timeout, walked out and asked the quarterback. I said, "Why are you changing the play?" He said, "Well, you sent Wayne, our tight end, who was actually a really good student and really good kid. And I knew he wasn't going to change him." He said, "Well, Wayne's changed him when we got to the huddle. Now we're going to have a flag on the far side." What is that?
He threw a pad.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I saw the referee over there, or the official. As Harris gets
nice play.
Swung around. That is number 2. That's Butcher again, this time defensively for Johnson County.
Nice play.
So long story short, I said, well, it better be the right play and the right formation better be this 4th time.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, they changed the play and the formation in the huddle. So I took the quarterback out, put another quarterback in, and immediately I just called for a quarterback sweep from the quarterback, and he had never taken a snap in the game. He leaned back at me and looked in the huddle, and I said, "That's right, go ahead and run that play." Guess what? He went 75 yards for a touchdown.
Well,
but
it made his day.
Yeah, but those kids and the quarterback kept swearing them down. They were changing the play in the huddle when they would bring the ball out.
They took a vote, you lost, is what it was.
That's right, and they lost the next day at practice. Harris drives right, throws deep. Just out of reach. And I tell you what, that's a pretty good throw going left from Harris.
Absolutely. Nice throw.
A right-handed quarterback. Now, Coach, how tough is that for you to coach up a high school kid? Now, you coached, we'll remind everybody, he did coach his son or sons that were both quarterbacks that played pretty well. But how tough is that to coach a kid that may not be your son?
It's not that bad. I coached Lucas Witt over at LCA, worked with him some, and I had some good quarterbacks when I was here at Bryan Station too. And then at Dunbar, Chip Franklin, an excellent passing quarterback, along with Ben, my son Ben.
I remember Chip.
Yeah. And again, the key is to get that depth and then get that shoulder. You have to teach them, and it's a practice thing you do over and over, snapping that shoulder around to get that aiming shoulder downfield. That's the key.
Harris with 2 running backs on either side. Step back, throws it up.
Intercept? Oh, no, knocked it down.
Nice defensive play by Nicholas.
Thank goodness he knocked it down and didn't intercept it.
Yeah, but
4th down.
Reynolds, that was actually going to wind up trying to be a punt in the coffin corner there.
Yeah.
Now, let's expound on that where Harris went to his left and made a nice throw sprinting left. I always compared it when I was talking to my quarterbacks about throwing the ball, going opposite of what their strong arm was, to act like you were throwing a baseball from across the diamond, whether it be at third base or shortstop. Get those shoulders to your target.
That's right. Yeah, get that front shoulder, that aiming shoulder around. Snap those legs, those feet around, and go ahead and take that shorter step so you can step into the throw.
And then you just got to repeat it as a coach.
Absolutely, over and over in practice.
They give it belly second man to the deep man.
Oh,
this is a huge hole on that right side, and that is Reynolds.
Nice little acceleration, Dan.
Ethan Reynolds. Well, I tell you, those backs, though, when they hit the hole, Coach, both for the 7th grade for Johnson County and this 8th grade team for them, they are at full speed.
They are. They're good.
There's no stutter stepping or anything like that.
Well, you have faith in your offensive linemen to get those blocks.
Another 1st down just inside Farnsley territory. Here goes Butcher, breaks a tackle, gets 9 yards down to the 40-yard line of the Wildcats.
I'm watching these offensive line blocking, and Logan Holt, number 53, really nice job is what we talked about before in those quick hitters, Darren. Just hitting that man and turning him out quickly, showing your butt to the hole so that the running back can read that block. Nice job, Holt.
You know, it's tough to teach a player, a running back, to get back enough for a swing pass to where he gives the quarterback a better target and gives himself a better chance.
Right.
They go to the quarterback keep around the left side, being chased down from behind by Harris. Is Rice. He gets the 1st down inside the 25 to the Farnsley 24-yard line.
Nice job all the way around. A good job by the center that time of locking up on the block and getting that corner. Nice job.
You know, that was a different play from that dive we've seen. The fullback went opposite where all the other action went, with the halfback on the left side going through the dive hole, and then the quarterback coming out around on just the quarterback keep.
2 tight ends wishbone.
Yeah, and they give it to Reynolds, who fumbles it away, picked up by number 20. This is Stallwetter, and he'll bring it across the 30-yard line of Farnsley. And a big, huge takeaway
We're
for the
gonna see that
Wildcats.
again. Darren, we're going to look at that one again because that was, I don't know whether he just wasn't holding on to the ball. He was swung around. When he was swung around, he just dropped the football.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a ball got punched away right there at the end. I don't know. Let's see.
Boom.
That's Northington on the tackle. Yeah, he was
he
digging
just
at
pulls
it. Yeah,
Yeah, he pulls it out of his arm.
Came down across.
Good call.
That's what you're taught from behind is either punch up or come down across the come right across the forearms, and then as you come down, rip at it. 18.4 seconds to play in the first quarter. 8-0. You see the score on the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, we're going to try to give you the time. I know you can't see the time on the.
Yeah, we'll try to give you as much as possible
on our screen. So.
And welcome wherever you're watching in the world. We can't say just the country, but wherever you're watching in the world.
It's true.
They turn, they give it off deep to Northington, breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage.
He fumbled too.
He fumbled, but I think he was down.
Yeah. The umpire said he's down right there.
Yeah, and that's one of those calls that's bang, bang.
Yeah. The umpire just said, no, pointed to the ground, said he's down.
I think the back judge helped him verbally too.
Yeah.
And that's, again, communication with the officials there.
These officials have done a really good job today in all these games so
We're
far.
through one quarter of action in this one. Johnson County leads Farnsley, 8-0. We'll be back with the second quarter here on PrepSpin.com.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you to the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
Second down.
Back here at Bryan Station High School, quarter number 2 of the Division III 8th grade semifinal game between Johnson County in the all black and Farnsley Middle School out of Louisville in the all blue, the all royal blue. And, Coach, you have first quarter stats.
Yeah, we're going to go over those as we go along here. We'll try to do it in between plays.
Looks like a power I formation. Harris in trouble.
He's in trouble.
Stops, throws, has a man open, dropped.
Yeah, tried to reach up with one hand to get the ball. First downs in this game so far, Johnson County has 4 and Farnsley has 2. Rushes only 8 yards for Farnsley, struggling on the ground, 113 yards for Johnson. And, again, if you look at that, their rushes, Jacob Butcher has 73 yards rushing already. Ethan Reynolds has 24 yards. So it's been a big Johnson County has had a really good rushing attack using that wishbone formation, a lot of power stuff and so on. I think Farnsley's going to have to throw the ball more. Jordan Harris is 1 for 3 for 26 yards, but the way they spread the field, if they can get the pass off, they'll have better luck.
Wildcat formation with Northington taking the direct snap on 3rd and about 7. And he's going to be wrapped up after a gain of a yard. It'll be 4th and 6th for Farnsley. And, you know, right before that, Coach, on that play, the incomplete pass to Manise, for you young receivers out there watching this broadcast, if you have a quarterback who with his legs can keep the play alive, keep running your pattern. Don't stop on your quarterback. Give him somebody to throw the football to.
Right. And that's something in practice. If you watch good high school teams, college teams, and so on, they run those routes often. And before practice and after practice is the key. And just, you know, receivers got to kind of feel the quarterback and know when he's going to let the ball go. Trusting, like you said.
Punt formation for Farnsley. And this one
straight up in the air.
Yep, high kick. It'll come down at the 48
and then backwards.
Looks like my iron shot took a backward roll.
Little backspin on the punt.
Got some shout outs.
All right, we're gonna have some shout outs here.
Kevin Johnson.
Devin Johnson.
Send a shout out to Ethan Bingham.
Shout out to Ethan Bingham.
All the way back up there in Paintsville.
Quinn Gifhorn says, whoever commented today on the Boyle Middle School Division II game, they did a fantastic job.
Oh, that's good. Very good. That
makes us feel pretty good there.
Yeah.
Tune in for that first one tomorrow because that one's going to be a doozy. Boyle County and Corbin, 8th grade Division II championship game at 11 a.m.
Quick pitch.
Flag down, probably illegal motion as Butcher gets it inside the 35, but I think no flag over there. I thought I saw a flag.
Well, that's a good play. That's something that they've been setting up. They're running the quick pitch that time. From that, they run that wishbone, Darren, and they stay in tight. And they keep pounding inside, and then they run the quick pitch to the outside. And as long as they get that hook on the edge player, they're going to get that yardage.
Now they break the wishbone. They go to that flex bone. They give it to Butcher coming around the right side, dips in, then dips outside and gets around the corner and gets it down to the 25. And here comes a flag.
Yeah, late flag.
As you saw the official, the back judge there, with the left hand, no less.
Yeah, and it was a late flag.
So maybe a block in the back or a hold down the field.
I didn't see a face mask. It was number 3 made the tackle.
Trying to see what we got here.
Looks like it's going to go against them. What do they call? Personal
foul, face mask.
Man, that was late call.
Now, maybe it could have happened to one of the defenders trying to get free of a blocker.
I don't know.
May have had a hands to the face.
Or it might have happened just as he went to the ground, too. It was
had his back turned to us, couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 12 for the Golden Eagles of Johnson County, who lead it 8-0. They give it to the right halfback. That is, now I'm going to pronounce his first name, Levid, I believe. It's Levid. So if anybody's out there from Johnson County, please give me a correct pronunciation at PrepSpin on Twitter just to make sure I get the young man's first name right. But his last name, I got it. Rodriguez. I got it.
Rodriguez.
I got it.
Montana Watts made the tackle. What a name. Montana Watts.
That sounds like just a tough guy in the MMA, doesn't it?
It does. Montana Watts.
Handoff again to Rodriguez. He'll get down inside the 10.
We're going to call Montana Watts. His nickname's going to be Big Sky.
There you go.
Big Sky Watts, they call him.
And he gets down to looks like the 7-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 4. I actually will call it 5. I think it's closer to 5. So 3rd and 5 from the 7.
Ooh.
They give it all. Nope, faking a nice pass to the tight end. Number 84, Keegan Pelfrey.
As Gary Ball always says, the tight end is always open.
Well,
he got that time.
He got that from Jacob Tammy, who was always seemed to be open, didn't he?
That was a really nice play. We're going to see the replay on that. Like you said, Darren, nice fake, wasn't it?
That's
really
what they call a pop pass. He actually faked it to the fullback.
Yeah.
And then raised up, and the tight end released off the line of scrimmage.
Looked a little bit like a Tim Tebow play. Watch that, and I'll watch this.
Okay. Here's the 2-point conversion coming. They pitch it back to Butcher, who gets in easily for the 2-point conversion. 16-0 now, Johnson County.
We're trying to show you the replay of the really nice pop pass, as you call it, and we missed the 2-point conversion. So he just threw it in or ran it in?
Ran it in around. They quick pitch again.
Quick pitch. That's a nice.
They broke the wishbone, put the right halfback up as a wing back to the right, and pitched back to Butcher.
Okay, let's see the. Is this the pass?
Actually, they're both. Here's the pass for the touchdown. Just a quick fake.
Nice job by the quarterback. Little fake on a jet sweep look, and then he stood up and threw the ball almost like a jump pass, wasn't it? Yeah, nice job.
And that's the neat thing about that, what we call a pop pass, because all you got to do is once you clear the linebackers, you're telling your quarterback you're throwing to a spot where you expect your tight end to be.
Yep.
It's the tight end's job to get off the line of scrimmage.
Nice job. You know, we talk a lot about these players, but I think these coaches have done an exceptional job here.
Well, these kids also have to be very attentive. Here's an onside kick. I think Johnson County's got it back. They may have an illegal touching, though, as the beanbag comes down just on the left side as we look at it of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that was I think the official's a little confused on this one because it looked to me like it was touched by the kicking team before it went 10 yards, which is definitely a penalty. You cannot do that.
And I think that's why he put the beanbag down there.
Yeah, I do. I do too.
I think he was
Yeah, it should be their ball.
Yeah, I think he was reaching
the other way.
Maybe for the flag. See, that's the other thing, too. These officials have these really nice black pants. I remember when they used to wear white.
Yeah.
And then you'd be on the muddy fields of the natural grass and mud would be everywhere. But they have these nice black pants. Coach, you've been closer to those than I have. Do they have pockets on them?
Yeah, they have pockets.
Okay, I'm just asking because every official sticks it down his waist, the flag down the waistband of their pants.
Well, they put the beanbag in the pocket and the flag in the waistband so they can grab it quicker and not, lose track of where it is or it fall out.
Well, do they have pockets on the
and then
on
they
the
throw their
backside?
hats too?
Yeah, that's if they step out of bounds or an extra penalty.
Yeah,
used to happen. Officials used to carry 2 flags.
Yeah,
used to.
Not anymore.
Boy, that looked ugly all the way around for Farnsley. I think the 2 people you don't want to forget the snap count, the center and the quarterback.
That's exactly right.
One of those forgot the snap count.
Right. We got 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this half.
It's 16-0 Johnson County on top.
This has been about the slowest half of the games we've seen.
We've had a few penalties in this one, though. Every other game was pretty clean, it seemed like.
Incomplete passes and penalties. I don't think Johnson County has thrown a pass yet.
Yeah, they threw the
the pop pass.
The pop pass, but I don't know if they threw another or not.
I think that was it.
You might be right. So Farnsley again behind the chains. It'll be 1st and 15 after the 5-yard mark off. You go 3 receivers to the right, 1 here to the near side. They bring Northington in motion here to the near side, and I think Johnson County jumped off sides.
Right. One of the linemen jumped off sides of the linebacker. Probably the captain of the team stepped up and smacked him on the head.
That was Butcher.
They're pulling him out now.
Yeah. Well, one of my pet peeves as the head coach when I coached was either the nose guard or the defensive tackle on either side of the center jumping off sides.
Yeah.
There was no excuse for that. The ball's right there.
No excuse whatsoever. Yep. And
another flag coming from the umpire. And
pretty good.
That is number 2. Montana Watts.
Big Sky got hit that time pretty hard.
Comes back and we have false start. I think Johnson County will deny that penalty.
Yeah, they'll turn that down.
But that's when you come back to the huddle as a receiver or running back and say, hey, man, look, don't leave me hanging out there like that.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
Those hurt.
Yeah. Yep. The other thing you talk about, the nose guard jumping, also to have a wide receiver jump.
Oh, yes.
Because they're not even supposed to listen to the snap count.
No, they're supposed to
look at the ball.
Right.
That's it.
You don't move till the ball moves.
Right. You can't hear when you're way out there, especially when the crowd's noisy.
Yeah.
People barking things, saying things. They're really spread the field out here now.
We have 3 receivers here to the near side. 1 back to the right, the far side, the short side.
Oh!
Bad snap to Harris. He just falls on it because blitzing was Andrew Burchett, number 3 for Johnson County. It'll be 4th down and long, and Farnsley will punt again.
Yeah, they will. 4th and long. They're going to have to punt the ball here because they're backed up quite a bit. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the half.
Well, every weather person in Lexington was wrong last night, knock on wood. They said it was going to periodically rain all day today and be cold.
Supposed to start again in the evening. It's 3rd down, I guess.
I guess 3rd down, but I thought the box had 3 a while ago, didn't it?
I don't know. It's 3rd down, though.
Well, we'll play it again here. We are not in Boulder, Colorado for the 5 downs. That's been 25 years ago. Can you believe that?
Seems like
might be longer than that, even. Now they bunch it in tight with a couple of wingbacks behind the wide out here to the near side. Harris rolling right, waves his receiver downfield. Northington, he let it just a little bit
much. Might have
been
out of bounds anyway.
That was a good throw from Harris. My goodness.
Yeah, he did a really nice job. Yeah, Northington's not real happy with himself there. He feels like
well, he may have been out of bounds. He was close to the sideline when he got a hand on that ball, but Harris has shown me something today with that arm.
Yeah, that was a nice, actually, throwing on the run too. A nice job.
Did you see the little wave with the left hand?
Yeah, get it. Go.
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead. I get it down there. You run, I'll get it to you.
That's right.
A la little Jared Lorenzen with that little flick of that wrist.
Yeah, that's all he had to do.
That was I mean, if he played quarterback his last 2 years at Kentucky at 280, I was a slim 185. Wow. There was no way that young man was 280.
Yeah.
Didn't name Hefty Lefty for nothing.
Yeah.
Harris, 4th and long. Farnsley going to go for it. In trouble. Here he comes to the near side. 4 Eagles after him. He breaks a tackle.
Nice job.
He fumbled the ball out of bounds. He would have had the first down, I think, had he kept his feet. He was trying to look like hurdle a golden eagle, but if he had kept his feet, he'd been close to the first down. Coach, here's the replay. Tell me if I'm right or wrong here. Well, okay, we're going to work on it here.
And look at it. Yeah. No, what? I think Butcher makes the tackle on this.
Yeah, but if he had kept his feet and kept running, try to run through the tackle, he would have been really close to the first down.
Let's take a look at it here. He does a nice job outrunning people, carrying that ball in one hand on his inside hand, though.
Then he moves it. It looks like Butcher put his helmet right on it.
Right. He tried to jump in the air tried to hurdle a defender like they do in the college game and the pro game, but it didn't work.
He was a yard short. He tried to hurdle Butcher, but I admire Harris's athletic ability in his attempt to do that, but Butcher, unfortunately, was standing straight up.
Yeah.
That's tough to do.
Yep. And he did change the ball to his outside arm, which is one thing the coaches really teach you to do.
I still think he had envisions of when he was coming out here to the near side to throw the football.
Right, yeah.
That's why he was carrying that one hand, and then when he decided to finally cross the line of scrimmage, he put it in that outside arm.
Yeah, we've got this is a pretty good game so far, and even though it's 16-0, no team has really taken over.
No.
And shown
now, Farnsley has moved the ball. Unfortunately, they have been their own worst enemy with an untimely penalty or a turnover on some drives. So, if they can clean up the penalties and also not give the ball away, Johnson County's not shown a propensity to drive the ball. Final game of the night coming up after this. It'll be Northern Pulaski and South Warren. South Warren making their first ever
Pulaski was here last year.
North Pulaski. North Pulaski. Remember they had those maroon uniforms with maroon numbers,
right?
And the white.
Oh yes, I remember it. Very different. Now, what was that? What was this color you told me about earlier? It was a color that you got corrected on. It was that you were saying the wrong color. You were saying purple, and it wasn't purple.
Oh yeah, it was down in E-Town.
Yeah.
Gary and I last year in the playoffs when Lexington Catholic traveled down to E-Town to take on the Panthers down there, and it was Vegas purple. We thought it was navy blue. It looked navy blue to us. Here's the quarterback again, getting around the corner is Rice, and I tell you what, that was just a straight fake to the fullback, and then the quarterback going around the left side with the 2 halfbacks in that wishbone, leading him around the corner.
It looked like he may have tried to pitch it, or it was a fake pitch, and then he just kept the ball and went around there. So
well, I tell you what, if you can get a young man in pitch relation out of a wishbone to keep pitch relation down the field, you've done something, because
that'd be tough to teach in
it's tough to teach
school.
At the high school, at the college level, let alone the.
It is. You see Navy do that stuff.
No, well, you want to talk about some disciplined people? Right there, you got it in the military academies.
Oh, he fell down.
Yep, that was Butcher again. He was trying to cut it back against the grain, and his feet went out from under him.
It's a tough kid, though. I like this kid.
Well, I tell you, it's certain numbers with certain programs seem to take the toughest kid or whatever. I mean, like the 38 recognizing Chucky Mullins from way back in down at Ole Miss or things like that. You have certain numbers at certain programs that cause that. 2 receivers to either side. Actually have a slot to the left. Here comes Rice down the line on the option. Look back to pitch back to Butcher, and unfortunately for him, and fortunately though for the Golden Eagles, he has to hang on to it, because if he pitches it trying to go down, it may not have turned out very well.
I know. 31, Rayvon Mitchell made the tackle, and he just barely got the legs there. But, you were right. That could have,
Yeah, Rice had cut it up. He was still looking to pitch back, and Butcher was right there with him.
Yeah.
And actually, Butcher was in pretty good pitch relation there.
Yes, he was.
So 3rd and about 4.5 for Johnson County. High snap over Rice. He's going to do,
Lord.
And good job by Butcher getting back on it.
Yeah, just falling on the football.
And that's caused simply by the center having his backside fly up. I looked at when I was coaching with Coach Carr, senior coach. He used to say, "Well, that halfback swing pass, he said, you got to get his booty back." And I went, "Huh?" Coach Carr from up there in Erie, Pennsylvania, is where he grew up. This one might have partially been blocked. by Farnsley, but it's going to turn out pretty good for Johnson County. Rolls it in inside the 30-yard line of Farnsley. And again, Farnsley will have a long field to drive. Johnson County's enjoyed the best field position of the two teams in this one so far.
Right, and again, it's going to be fun to watch these players develop and go on to high school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure, I wonder if J.J. Jude, a Johnson County player, Central, played in this game, in the middle school game.
He may have been right before I got here.
Maybe.
I did see him wrestle, and I did see him play in high school.
And he plays Georgetown, right?
He graduated last year.
Right,
yes,
from
sir.
Georgetown. And the coach at Georgetown,
Bill Cronin.
Oh, what a great guy and what a super coach.
Never played it down in college football.
That's fine. I mean,
Harris.
Oh no,
in trouble, and I think they were going to run a little speed option there, but he had no shot.
Yeah, he couldn't pitch the ball because there was a defensive player in his way, and he couldn't turn upfield because they had him pinned.
That looked like 75. Chase Litton was back there, and 65 as we have a timeout. Johnson County with 52.5 seconds to play in the first half.
They're going to want to try to get this ball back.
And I don't blame him. It'll be second down, and look like he got back. He's got lost 2.
Yeah.
Second down and 12.
Yeah, second.
Believe you want to keep it here or take a break real quick, 30 seconds. We'll keep it right
We're
here.
Going to stay right here. Yeah.
Bill Cronin, for those that he's the head football coach at Georgetown College, one of the nicest men you'll ever meet. And he actually did not play college football. He was a college wrestler.
I believe it by the looks
at IU.
Yeah, at IU. That's a good wrestling program.
And he wrestled for a guy by the name of, I forgot his name now. Gee whiz. Doug Blueball. Doug Blueball was the head coach of the Indiana University. Gene Snitsky. Lord have mercy. I thought I misheard that the first time, but I heard it the second time. Didn't they have one of those wrestlers?
Well, you're talking about Carr. Didn't one of the Carrs coach at West Virginia for a while?
No, actually, his Joe Jr. went and wrestled at WVU. Actually, Nate was actually an assistant coach there. Grant Bingham of
Gunnar Sloan. Yeah, shout out. Good job.
That's a good name too.
Gunnar Sloan. That sounds like a football player right there.
Yeah, either a football player, another one of them MMA fighters. You can tell what I do in my part time. I watch a whole lot of
MMA
or UFC.
Yeah.
But no, Joe Jr. did. Nate Carr was actually an assistant coach
MMA,
at West Virginia.
That's like the
mixed martial arts.
Yeah, that's not like when you jump off the top rope.
No, that's wrestling.
That's
That's sports entertainment now these days.
Yeah.
Second down and 13 for Farnsley. Boy, looked like somebody started a little bit early there.
Something going on here.
Oh, they dropped the football on the snap.
And they had a receiver going downfield. They had one receiver streaking down the sideline. They may have tried a little trick play there, a little fake and throw. We have another timeout.
Johnson County.
43.2
to play.
They're really going to try to get this ball back one more time.
Can't blame them. But then Nate was actually a bronze medalist in the '84 Olympics. And, of course, their older brother, Jimmy, was a Olympic gold medalist in 1972 in the Munich Olympics. We were talking about people in general.
People in general.
We got into a slow part of the game here. He wasn't even Japanese. Do you know that? He was Samoan.
Boy, Samoans are big dudes.
They are. But here, the thing is, like with Johnson County, Woodford, where I grew up and stuff, we always try to encourage the kids to wrestle who want to play football because they go hand in hand. Number one, with physical conditioning, mental conditioning, and then just leverage, especially for linemen. And, of course, it helps running backs, too. J.J. Jude was a wrestler, as we mentioned, in high school, and then went to Eastern Kentucky and transferred for his last 2 years from EKU over to Georgetown College. I saw him in a game with a Mid-South Conference rival buck up to a 305-pound defensive lineman. Nothing scares that kid.
No.
Harris back to throw. He has a man streaking down the far side. It's Northington. He gets off his chest, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, a little double coverage going on there, but he had an opportunity to catch the football, so that's all you can ask for.
And again, if Northington tries to catch it with his hands, he's got a better shot at catching it. He let it get to his chest and hit the breastplate of his shoulder pads and bounced off.
Yeah, it's tough to teach young guys that do that. But again, they have to reach out with their hands and catch the football.
I tell you, I'm impressed with Harris. He throws a good ball.
Yeah, he's going to be a good one too. You know, he's a young man who gets some good coaching in high school, continuous good coaching.
Of course, being down in Louisville, it'd be tough for us to follow him because there are so many different high schools down there too. You don't know what high school he'll be winding up at. Gets it out under heavy pressure.
Intense pressure.
And it'll drop, and then there goes it again, number 8 for Johnson County, just walking towards the football.
Yeah. The best thing about that punt, even though it was short, it was high, and it took time off the clock.
And he got it out of there.
Seconds,
It wasn't blocked. 27.2, one timeout left for Johnson County. Might see the Golden Eagles do something they haven't done today, and that's throw the football.
Well, we haven't seen it other than the little short tight end pass that they threw. So, but again, it looks like the quarterback's got the skills to do it.
And with the safety here on the near side with the twin receivers.
Yeah, the safety's cheating over to the short side of the field.
Yeah, you think he might be cheating over to the wide side.
I think so, and he's still there.
They'll throw it back to the near side and just out of reach. What's a good ball from
It is,
from
but
Rice.
he's just mistiming the receiver. He's throwing it at the correct time. One of the most difficult things to get a quarterback to do is to throw it early. You got to throw when you're going to win a battle. Like if you're one-on-one and you're going to win a battle, you talk about trusting. You have to trust that your receiver is going to beat the defensive back when it's one-on-one. Now, if you're throwing it, double coverage or if it's a zone, well, then you got to throw for grass or whatever. But you've got to be able to throw that ball where he can catch the ball.
And you also have to put a little bit enough air underneath of it for him to run into it.
You got to give him an opportunity to catch the football. Give your guy a chance.
And you may have to know the guy you're throwing at too, maybe foot speed, things like that.
And that's all practice.
22.6 seconds to play, and it's just repetition. Rice pulls it down, rolls left, breaks a tackle, breaks another one. This one, the third one, he won't, though.
No, he's not going to break that one.
As he got hit. Face mask to face mask by Corey Williams for Farnsley. And Johnson County will call timeout, their final timeout of the first half with 12.3 to play, and the Golden Eagles leading 16-0. I tell you, Rice is a pretty solid quarterback. He
tough kid too.
Didn't have anything there. He pulled it down, felt pressure, stepped up in the pocket, rolled left a little bit to buy himself some more time, and then avoided a couple of tacklers. But generally, you can't avoid 3 of them.
You know what's fun to watch is these quarterbacks in these games. They're all leaders. They all seem to be out there on the field, and they're taking care of their teammates and getting the play calls and just doing a super job. Rice is just – you can tell right now he's a natural-born leader.
3rd and long for Johnson County. He looks left, now comes back to the right, under pressure. Can't get away from that one now, just turns and flings it. And if he was outside the pocket, that's a good play by Rice.
Yeah, or if there was a receiver somewhere near the play. But
in the vicinity.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to call that too often.
No.
Grounding in middle school in a situation like that.
And it's 4th down. And what do we have here? The umpire was making some hand signal, and it's going to, do you see me standing out there with his arms extended, both of them? I'm like, what in the world? Should be 1st and 10. Actually, 4th down now for Johnson County. Don't know if they're going to go for it or if they're going to
4th and 13.
Punch
they'll
it,
probably go for
punt it down here.
5 seconds. They might as well go for it.
5 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Johnson County leading 16-0.
And Garen, it looks like Rice wants to throw the ball deep, but there's that one person that keeps penetrating and forcing him out of the pocket every play.
Give him about another second or two, and he can maybe find somebody deep.
Yeah, he needs that time. He needs that 3 seconds. He's not getting 3 seconds.
Shotgun formation. They fake it. Speed option coming this direction. Butcher cuts it back in, gets inside the 35, and gets tripped up. And, boy, nice read from Rice, though, when to pitch it and when to keep it.
Yep.
Wow. First half of action in the books of the Division III 8th grade semifinal between Johnson County and Farnsley. It's the Golden Eagles on top, 16-0 on PrepSpin.com.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Are you a Kentucky high school sports fan? Do you know where to find the latest news and information on your team, your competition, and high school sports action across the state? Join the fun and excitement at BluegrassPreps.com. You can support your favorite team, test your sports knowledge, and share news and views at BluegrassPreps.com for all the latest on Kentucky high school sports, other sports, and a whole world of lively discussion. Get on board at BluegrassPreps.com.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court. I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthodontics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Sitters are here.
I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man.
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever.
All right, who's hungry?
Mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
Okay, you're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. pick it up at All Sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky. By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Got a minute.
Mike's I'll play the highlights.
Okay.
But, you know, the whole thing is...
Mike's on and
great.
on.
Mike's on. Mike is on.
That's the
game before that one, yeah.
That's a previous game. Here we go. Here we go. Nice.
This is your mic is on.
Catching first half highlights of the Johnson County Farnsley game. That's probably the best catch of the afternoon for the last couple of games. We had one back in the Johnson County 7th grade game by a young man, one-handed catch and went for a touchdown. But Johnson County in control of this. This is the quarterback Rice for the Golden Eagles, who is doing an excellent job of running his team's offensive scheme. He's been asked to do several things, been asked to throw the football occasionally, sleight of hand with the misdirections and things, and then running a little bit of the option, which generally you may tell him here we have a fumble on the play by Johnson County. But at the middle school level, generally coaches will tell their quarterbacks if they run the wishbone to give, keep, or pitch the football. But it looks like they're letting Rice read at least on the pitch and or run option part of it. And there's the 2-point conversion on the little pop pass, and one of his linemen goes in and drills him right in the face. I didn't see that on the live feed of the game, but this has been the story of the game, though, to be honest with you. Farnsley being behind the chains pretty much entirely through the first half of action. They've had a few nice plays as Harris, the nice quarterback for the Wildcats here, running. This is one of the few highlights of Farnsley. This one ended poorly with him fumbling the football just about a yard short of the first down. But it's been Johnson Central. The stats will show that when Coach Meehan comes back and give you. It'll be Johnson County kicking off to start the second half of action as we get back to play. But, Coach, you got a few stats there real quick?
I do. As long as my mic's on here. All right, I'm on. Yeah, it's been it's only 16-0.
Yeah.
It seems like it should be more because of the domination. But first downs, 8 first downs for Johnson County and none for Farnsley. And, again, rushes, 113 yards rushing for Johnson and only about 8 yards for Farnsley. Total offenses, passing yards, 26 yards passing for Farnsley and only the one pass on the 2-point conversion for Johnson County. If you look at some individuals real fast before the kickoff here, Butcher is 73 yards on 4 carries rushing. Ethan Reynolds, 2 carries for 24 yards. Grant Rice, 1 carry for 16 yards. And Jawan Worthington, really nice, only 4 carries for 8 yards, and that's about it. Jordan Harris, 2 carries for 4 yards. Passing Harris, 1 for 3 for 26 yards, and again, no passing from scrimmage other than a 2-point conversion for Johnson.
Waiting on the white hat to get in line. He was still in the tent keeping warm at halftime, and the rest of his crew's out here. But
he probably getting here eating some of that chicken that they've got on tap.
Coach, I got a question I want to ask you when we get into the second half about the high school level. We'll be back to action here in just a minute. It looks like 50. Is that 65 kicking off, Coach?
It looks like a big man. Number 50-something,
53. That is Logan Holt kicking off. Back deep is Harrison Northington for Farnsley. An onside kick or a squib kick, and I think Farnsley gets on it. Yep.
They do, yes.
Boy, it came loose, and Farnsley able to fall on it. Coach, at the high school level, athletes are getting so much better and bigger and faster. Do you ever see at least the KHSAA or at least the National Federation of High Schools going to 7-man crews for the officiating crew?
It's all about the money, I think. It's just tough, to pay those people. The high schools have to pay the officials. And some of these smaller high schools, it's awful tough. Although I do believe, yes, for playoff games. Yeah, I think they probably need to do that.
Receivers are tight to the end of the line of scrimmage. They pitch it back to Northern, cuts it up inside. Darts out here to the near side, gets over midfield, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 10-5. Touchdown, Farnsley. And that was all Northington.
Nice play. Notice how he danced on that sideline. He kept in bounds and just kept his feet in bounds and ran down the sideline. That was excellent. William is going to give us another look at this. Take a look at this. Darren, let's look and see if we get any key blocks on this play.
Well, there was one that got him around the corner. I didn't pick up the number.
You can't do it by yourself, can you?
Not much, but let's see who got him around the corner. 47.
Yes.
47. Nice. That is Caleb Atkins.
Yeah, give him some credit. Nice job. Tried to push him out of bounds, but he stayed right in bounds. Good call by the official, right on top of it.
And it's 16-6 now with Farnsley going for 2 there. Really nice run from Farnsley, but Atkins with the block that sprung him. And there he is coming down in the picture to congratulate his running back. They throw it here in the corner. Boy, I thought the contact might have been a little early there for Johnson County, but the 2-point conversion no good, and it's 16-6 now in favor of the Golden Eagles.
Right. It was absolutely a really good run down the sideline by Northington. Very impressed. Again, I don't know if he's related. If anybody out there knows, go to @PrepSpin on Twitter, @PrepSpin, and let William know if he's related to Nate Northington. Nate was a fantastic young man, a football player at UK when I was over there. Ended up going to Louisville after some controversy. His best friend and one of the nicest men that I've ever met, Greg Page, had an accident on the field and later died from that accident, and nobody was the same after that. To be honest with you, it was a tough time.
There were 4 of them, and now a statue sits outside the new Kentucky football indoor practice facility.
Right, and one of those was the Wilbur Hackett. And Wilbur ended up to be a referee in college, and he was known for his forearm, where he actually was being an umpire and did knock the forearm
Used
down.
to forearm people, as they came into the middle. Here's a kick. It comes off here to the near side, fielded and then dropped and fallen on by number 30, Caden Carpenter for Johnson County. And the Golden Eagles will take over right there.
Nice people coming by, handing
you some food. I agree, there, Coach.
Raising canes or some.
Got to keep us happy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get going.
They hand delivered it right here to the box, right to you.
We've been here all day.
Gary Ball, you left too soon. Sorry, buddy.
I'm not going to talk with my mouth full.
Anytime Coach Meehan and I can get a little dig on our buddy Gary, we do.
We also work for food.
We do. It's one of the perks of being a broadcaster. Told somebody said, "Why you do it?" And I said, "Well, I like doing it for the kids, as we'll run this play. They'll give it to the second man through. Butcher bounces off a man, comes here to the near side, cuts it back inside, gets over the 45, up to about the 47, maybe the 48. A tough 5 yards for Butcher.
Take a look at the Farnsley. They're daring Johnson County to pass the football.
Yeah.
They're pounding everybody up on the line of scrimmage.
They have a free safety back by himself normally, but everybody else within about a 5 to 6 yard area of the football.
Yeah.
Now they've got a right corner out there by himself, so 9 guys. Now, Farnsley didn't react there. I don't think the umpire was going to throw the flag. They all jumped off sides, and 2 of them started hopping up and down like they had the hot foot. It'll be a first down for the Golden Eagles via the penalty.
Boy, I'm telling you, we're looking outside here now, and there's a lot of fans that are bundled up with blankets.
It's getting cold. I came in out there a while ago, and it's getting a little chilly.
I bet it is.
I should say. We'll add the there to the end. They give it off to the second man through,
There
Butcher.
you go.
That was he scored the Golden Eagles' first touchdown on that very play.
Yeah, they're really working that play to death. That's a really nice job by the quarterback of bellying that first back and then giving it to the second one.
Outside of the dive play to the fullback, that might be the staple of one of the staple running plays for the Wishbone is that belly second man.
We could call it a power bone because I haven't seen the option that normally comes with a wishbone.
They fake it. They give it off again to Butcher. Same play, same hole. And he'll get the first down around the Farnsley 30. Now, this is what Johnson Central High School and Belfry have done the last several years. They just wear you out with the running game.
That's a good way to do it as long as you keep getting those first downs.
Now, wouldn't you like to do a Johnson Central Belfry football game? You're talking about a quick football game.
Yep, that would be really quick. That'd be really quick.
Hammer down, hammer down. I tell you, Coach, I got a book. I can't remember the name of the title book, but Philip Haywood's book written, I think it's Faith, Family, and Football. Right. I think it's what it's called. Great read.
Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Next time I see you,
yes, sir, I do.
Maybe take a look at it.
I actually read half of it in about 10 hours of it in a day.
I know.
I like to read slow, but
I know Philip Haywood means what he says too about the Faith family.
I tell you what, he's a great man. Been at Belfry for 40-plus years. This is Butcher coming off the right side. He gets the corner, gets inside the 15, down to about the 12.
Good run.
And you can always tell Philip Haywood at any Belfry football game. He has the gray slacks, the white dress shirt with the tie, the blue tie, and the navy blue blazer, or if he gets this cold, the big navy parka and the big old-style headsets on his head. Quickly to the line comes Johnson County. They turn, fake it, half roll by Rice up into the pocket, tucks it away.
Good defense, though.
Really and that was really good defense down the field as Farnsley had the receiver, Pelfrey, blanketed with a couple of defenders.
Right, and Juan Northington turned him inside to make the tackle. Just a really good job of not allowing the quarterback to go outside the play.
But then a nice job by Rice, too, feeling the pressure, stepped up in the pocket, and then when he felt a guy grabbed hold of him, he went ahead and secured the football and took the loss. Second down at 13.
5 minutes to go in this quarter.
Isn't it amazing to watch these kids? Here's a fake, and Rice around the left side. Northington in chase. He won't get there. Touchdown, Johnson County. And they've been hammering that belly second man. Then they stick in the belly of the fullback.
They keep it, yeah.
And then they keep it with the quarterback. But the halfback who's been coming through the hole of the fullback, he kind of veers off and seals the edge.
Right. Let's take a look at that again if we can. We've been showing you the touchdowns and missing the 2-point conversions. We'll see if we can get them both.
Here it is, real quick. This one,
bam!
They actually fake it to the halfback, and the fullback went out there and got
43.
The edge.
Yeah. Get his number.
That is Jesse McCoy.
What?
He faked me out. I thought they were going straight up the middle.
Yeah, it was a nice job. He faked everybody.
If you fake the cameraman, that's you done good.
Conversion here.
They fake it. Rice rolls right, stops. Now keeps going.
He's in trouble,
and he's going to be dragged down. And that's a rule I look to be changed maybe at the high school level here in a couple more years. If the conversion is either blocked or a fumble on that like that, they can return it for a 2-point.
For safety, basically.
Yeah,
they call it.
Yeah.
They call it a safety, but
they call it a point after safety. I think is what they call it.
Like that, yeah.
But I think that rule may change here in a few years for the high school ranks.
I don't know. KHSAA is funny about that stuff, and the high school officials associations. It's a tough time for them because they have to make these rules for safety's sake, and they kind of ignore. Here's the one I don't understand, and I still don't agree with this. They basically made this rule because they said it helped the safety of the game, was not being able to return the ball out of the end zone. Now, what's the difference if they return it out of the end zone or if they return it from the 1 yard line? It makes no sense to me. I don't get it.
Well, and if you got a great kicker and a great kick returner, who's it punish?
Yeah, exactly.
It punishes the team with a great kick returner.
Kick returner, yeah.
So move that back too a little bit too if you want.
Yeah.
Here's a squib kick coming here to the near side, covered by number 1, Nicholas McManise for Farnsley.
Yep.
It is now 22-6 with 4:54 to play in the third. Farnsley on top.
As these games go along, we're getting less and less paper up here and less trash.
And more food.
And more food, which we really can't eat.
I think they waited down in the hospitality area to wait till Gary Ball left to bring the food.
Maybe.
That's a good one. We'll just tell Gary, man, you left, and as soon as you left, they brought all kinds of food.
Prime rib. No, we're not just kidding about that.
He wouldn't know any different. We could play him up really good. Wishbone formation this time from Farnsley. They give it to the wingback coming around the corner, gets a block, cuts it upfield, and will get over the midfield stripe into Johnson County territory and pick up a first down.
Does it seem funny to you? Watch his play. What's the skills in running the ball and blocking?
Yeah, that's Stallweather.
Does it look like that they're behind 22-6?
No.
It's kind of crazy the way they're moving the football here.
Johnson County go call timeout because I don't think the coaching staff for the Golden Eagles too happy with the defensive effort there on the edge.
Lights are on here at the stadium.
For the first time today, we could have had them on all day because of the overcast conditions here.
It was kind of dim, but
we already have 3 of the 4 championship matchups for tomorrow
set up, and they are
when in Division 2 of the 8th grade, which will be the first one at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Corbin and Boyle County in the 8th grade Division 2 championship, followed by the 7th grade championship. That would be Cottle out of Richmond, Kentucky, taking on Corbin.
Comeback kids against Corbin.
Yeah, and so if you're the last one, listen to us down there in southern Kentucky, down I-75 in Corbin. If you're headed this way and you're the last one out of town, turn the light off.
That's right. It might be everybody could be up here.
I'm telling you, they will bring a big crowd. You think they had a big crowd here today? Wait till tomorrow.
Another penalty from motion on the offensive side.
Looked like maybe the right tackle may have fallen out of his stance.
Somebody moving a little bit. Mm-hmm. Notice all the pink socks. It was breast cancer awareness month. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And the pink hanky that the officials
and the whistles with the lanyards for the officials.
Pretty nice.
Game number 3 will be I'm trying to think here. Game 3 will be the Division 1 8th grade championship. That will be LCA against Pikeville.
LCA Pikeville.
Or if you're from there, Pikeville. Got to get it right because don't want them to think we're nuts. Here's Northington. Nice dip inside and cuts it back outside. Gets inside the 45.
Nice.
So about the 41-yard line.
He's very impressive. This team doesn't look like a team that's down 22-6.
No, they're sticking with what their game plan is. And then the last championship game, this is one of the winners that will be in it. It'll either be Johnson County and Farnsley to play the winner of our final game here this afternoon. And that'll be Northern Pulaski against South Warren. So whoever wins these last 2 games will match up in the final game tomorrow. All 4 games, you can find them right here on PrepSpin.com. Coach Mike Meehan and myself will do a couple of the games. Then Gary Ball will join us for Game 3. And then Coach Meehan and I will finish it up with the 5:30 game tomorrow afternoon.
That'll be a good one, too. I think all of these games will be good matchups.
Here's Northington. Cuts it up inside of a nice block going around the corner. And I think that was the quarterback, Harris, who had been flanked out. Got a good block to get him around the corner. Another first down for Farnsley as we go under 3:45 and the clock rolling in the third quarter. 22-6, Johnson County on top of Farnsley. And if you're listening to us over in Kroger Field, tailgating tonight, welcome.
Hey, listen to this tweet I got from Gwen Given. I think it is. Boyle County middle school kicker, number 2 ranked kicker, punter in the nation, class of 2022. Long field goal this season for us, 46 yards.
Wow. Well, he's got a leg. We noticed that.
Is that Jackson?
That's Jackson Smith, yes.
Jackson Smith. We're going to look for him. Thank you very much for the tweet. We're gonna really look for that kid as he goes on in the high school ranks and then on.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Have her tweet us back, Coach. I want to have her tweet us back on your Twitter to let us know. Is that through the FBU? Is that through Football University? That sounds like something they would have put out.
I don't know if that is through FBU. Let us know, Gwen. Let us know if that is through FBU or.
Well, we know what kind of leg he had in the game today.
Right.
6 of 6 on extra points and just a fantastic leg.
In the end zone one time.
Oh yeah. We go to the Wildcat. Nope, this is actually shotgun formation with Harris. Drops back to throw under pressure as Johnson County brings everybody in the kitchen sink.
How's he getting out?
I don't know, but he breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, gets over the regular line of scrimmage. He gets inside the 20 to about the 19. He's going to be 4 yards shy of a first down. That
was one of the best runs of the day.
That's just an athlete.
Yeah, what's this? We're going to show you that again. I wish you could see the number of missed tackles in there, too. The number of tackles he broke, let's say.
It'll be 3rd and 4 for Farnsley from the Johnson County 29.
With 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third period.
Here's the replay. Now watch this. This is just Harris showing his athletic ability.
Let's count him here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
and then they get him down with 3.
Yeah. Wow, that was pretty impressive.
Couldn't tell who the guy was. I think 43. Yeah, 43 was Jesse Mccoy. He missed him one time. Came back, give Mccoy an A for effort because he hustled back to try and make another tackle and unfortunately slipped off of Harris again. Timeout Johnson County or timeout Farnsley? Which one was that?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I think
it was timeout Eagles. So this is Johnson County's second timeout. So they're down to 1.
We have 5 cheerleaders down here on the track and an eagle mascot.
You watching him?
Well, he's been the eagle. He or she has been very active in this thing.
That's the fun thing about that. Is when you become a mascot. I actually was a mascot my freshman year at Georgetown College.
Don't tell me that.
You can do whatever you want and pretty much almost get by with it.
In college, you can.
Yes, sir.
And I've always wondered what they're really saying to themselves inside those.
I thought, man, it is hot in this place.
Yeah, I guess
it's hot.
The Eagle's probably the only warm person in the stadium.
I would agree, but you can actually too. It's a pretty good way to lose weight.
I believe it. All right, what we got here, Darren?
We have 3rd and 4. We go to the shotgun. We have twin receivers to the right. Actually, 3.
Whoa!
Harris somehow got out of that one. He lets it fly deep and overthrows his man. That is Manisi's looking for. How in the world
I don't know.
Did Harris avoid the blitz?
I don't know, but I what's this? They're showing the people
Houdini.
Yeah. What's he showing the guys in the end zone?
No, he's got his hand warmers there. He's got those hand warming packets.
Yeah.
And
I guess.
A young lady walking over there saying her hands are cold. He goes, "Here, I got these. You want these?" But how did Harris? I mean, that was a blitz came straight up the middle, untouched, and he avoided the tackle somehow.
Here's one thing that Harris will have to learn. All right, is when you do make that avoid that tackle, go ahead and get yourself your eyes downfield. Take your time and throw the ball. Don't worry about getting hit now. Just throw the football down the field. Don't panic and try to throw quickly, and then you throw too far like that.
And that was a case, too, of maybe not putting enough air under it for his receiver to run under. Harris throws this one up. He has Northington deep and just out of his reach.
They're just missing these plays.
And you know what? He put enough air underneath that one, and Northington just could not catch up to it.
You're right. Do we have a penalty here? Or no?
I don't think so. No, it's turnover on downs.
Yeah.
But that's another sense there of a coaching point to young players out there. If you're running a go route or a streak or a fly, whatever they call it in whatever jargon of the offense, you run at full speed the whole way. Yeah. It's called a go pattern for a reason. Yeah. And one of the best guys I've ever seen throw it, that was Jared Lorenzen.
Yeah.
course, most of the time it was to his former high school teammate Derek Smith too. So they give it off to nice fake by the
another flag
by the quarterback Rice, and I think they're going to get a hold on the edge on Johnson County.
Yeah, I believe so. It looked like it. Yeah, holding it on the.
I think they're going to call on the wide out.
Right on the corner, right.
Trying to seal the edge, and that's a block that even at the college level you find called a lot because it is a tough block for a receiver to do.
Especially when you don't know where the runner is.
Right.
You really don't know where
he is. Yeah, you don't know where he is. Now, some teams will have little key words you may hear behind him with the running back calling it out to the receiver to let him know where he's at.
Right.
I remember the first time I heard that as a sideline report, it freaked me out. I thought I was hearing things for a minute. But Johnson County now making some mistakes with penalties here in the second half. They give it off to Rodriguez coming the other direction. He's going to be dropped after a gain of about 4.
Yeah.
It'll be third down, and we'll call it about 13 for the Golden Eagles.
Jerry Mack made that tackle, and it was a sure tackle. He grabbed him around the waist and brought him to the ground. Way to go, Jerry. Nice job.
Farnsley playing with a little more energy here in the second half.
They are.
And especially after they got on the board to cut it to 14-6. Mm-hmm. Or 16-6, excuse me.
16-6.
Johnson Central comes out. They break the wishbone. Rodriguez right to left. They pitch it back to Butcher, getting around the corner. He has the corner. He has the first down, 45, and knocked out of bounds.
They run that little myopic, I call it a myopic eye formation because the fullback is not directly behind the center. Behind the quarterback. He's actually offset a little bit one way or another. And that allows the offense to predict where that defensive linebacker has to go, if he has to cheat out a little bit or not.
I've heard coaches call that an offset eye.
Yeah, it's an offset eye.
Yeah.
It's the key is that it's not the tailback that's offset.
Right.
It's the fullback. And here it is again.
It's wishbone formation this time. Unbalanced here to the right side. They give it off to Butcher.
Nice call.
Butcher. Straight ahead. Gets inside the 40, down to about the 37-yard line.
Nice job again, Northington. He's all over the field. Get there.
Yep.
He's playing offense,
and
defense.
Butcher looks like he fell on the football and may have the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, he's on the ground, but he looks like he's okay. He looks like he's getting ready.
That's the thing. A lot of teams will go unbalanced. They'll run that way. I've only seen one team go away. He may have that good old-fashioned wind knocked out or maybe a stinger.
I think Butcher's okay, but he has to come out for a play. So
because the coach came on the field.
Number 10 in.
Well, that's the quarterback making that jaunt from the coach all the way over to the sideline, talk to the coach, and
who did they bring in for Butcher?
21. That is Ethan Reynolds, now playing the left halfback. He's about as dangerous as Butcher, though. He's had a couple of nice runs today. Give it off to Rodriguez running left. He bounces it outside. Another first down. Inside the 20.
Ran right
10, 5. Touchdown, Johnson County.
Wow.
And in that wishbone, if you have 3 dangerous backs, excluding the quarterback, and if you have 4 of them, that makes it even more dangerous for an offense.
We're gonna watch a replay here, and again, they just run that wishbone to perfection.
Running it to the left side. Boy, look at the kick out block by the tight end, Pelfrey, number 84 in black.
Right, and I think that was an unbalanced line also, but
May have been
to the weak side.
May have been.
And they scored.
The 2-point conversion is good, and that is Butcher. He only stayed out for the one play. Said, I better get back in my replacement. Made a nice block on the play before.
Yep, and then they just ran the power to the right side for the 2-point conversion.
And it's now 30-6 with 41.9 to play in the third quarter. We'll get a look at
the 2-point conversion.
Here they go.
Williams helping us out.
Yeah, they're straight up regular formation. They give it off to Butcher, and for you young backs, if you got a blocker of yours in your way, put your face mask in his right between his numbers and drive him in where you want him to go.
Yeah, use him that way.
Best guy I ever saw doing that was Roger Craig. He put that face mask back there and also get his knees up and those big linemen's
he was a tough guy.
Posterior, and wasn't big though either. Went about 5'10".
I'll tell you who else did that. Who was the big running back for Washington Redskins?
Riggins.
Woo-hoo!
He was just an absolute beast.
He was.
One direction, straight ahead.
He would damage his blockers. He would damage them. He'd run over top.
He'd take them out for dinner after every game if they got over 100 yards. But This is going to be an onside kick, and then it hits a Johnson County player, and a Farnsley guy
and they blew it dead.
Picks it up, but they blew it dead as soon as the Johnson County player touched it, and it'll be 1st and 10 Farnsley at the Golden Eagle 47.
Right. I believe, unless the middle school rule's different, that was a mistake by the official. But because I think if it hits the player before it goes 10 yards, you still can allow the defense, the return team, a chance to return the ball.
Yeah.
But they blew that dead as soon as it hit him.
Pretty quickly, and I don't know if that's one of those little twerks of the high school rules for the middle school level. I don't know.
But it's 41 seconds to go in this third quarter, and the Johnson County football team's got a commanding lead here.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's one of those scores that I got from over at LCA, the second game. The winner of that game playing LCA was 46 for Pikeville, 22 for Owensboro Catholic. So we saw a Pikeville team put up a lot of points here last year too.
Yes.
Somebody still is in trouble because they still haven't claimed that wedding band.
Yeah.
They'd be afraid to go over there and claim
Somebody's terrible. Really in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 10 men on the field.
No, one guy comes running in. Nice job by Harris to hold his team until they got the guy set. Harris back to throw, in trouble, giving ground.
You can't do that now.
No, you got to get back to the line of scrimmage. That should be, and Harris is down.
Yeah, and that ball should have been
intentional ground. It looked like he stopped, and maybe that that left leg buckled on him.
Yeah, maybe, but either that or he's cramping.
That's a possibility because most of the afternoon he's been running for his life back there.
He has been running for his life. Absolutely.
I've had those days. I played quarterback in a wishbone offense, and whenever we decided to throw it,
can you play that again?
We couldn't block it by saying, see what happened here.
Plus, I want to make sure that wasn't a lateral. If that ball was thrown backwards, then it wouldn't be intentional ground.
Right.
It would be a fumble backwards.
I think it went forward, but if it went forward, it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Let's take a look.
First of all, let's see what happened with Harris. Plants his foot. Oh, we're going to go out of the screen there. May have gotten twisted a little bit and rolled that ankle.
It's forward by a yard. It wasn't much forward.
Well, he's up and walking off the field. We had another Farnsley player shaken up as well. Number 50 is Seth Asher.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's getting up. But the thing is, watching Harris there, he's banging that right heel and not moving that left leg at all. That's why I thought maybe it might be a leg problem or an ankle there.
Right. But, again, you're right about him. He's a really good quarterback, but they've been just getting on him so fast through the line of scrimmage where he's not been able to really do anything with the football.
Nope, not at all. And that's the thing. You got a well-coached team here by Johnson County that runs the same thing their high school does. And, again, Farnsley, teams out of Louisville, Frankfort, Lexington are at a disadvantage because they don't basically run what the high school runs because they don't know what high school most of those kids are going to go to. Here's Harris. He fakes the reverse, cuts it up the middle. He'll get down inside the 45 to about the 42, maybe the 43.
That'll be third down, and they really need a first down.
Oh, that was a good job of reading the hole open up there by Harris.
It's almost the end of the third quarter.
15 seconds and the clock rolling. Farnsley looks like they're going to try to get this third down playoff before the end of the quarter. Harris back to throw, throws it up.
He's got him.
Underthrown a little bit. Tipped in the hands of Northington, and he will score.
Nice job. Way to go, Northington.
Touchdown, and Harris is down again.
What do they call that, the tip drill?
The tip drill. And Northington with the catch. I didn't see who the Golden Eagle was.
We're going to see that again on the replay, and we'll be able to spot this one.
That might be Butcher that had it go off his fingertips into the hands of Northington. But a nice job by the defender trying to high point the football. Here it is. He goes up. That's actually number 7. That's Mason Lawson playing up. He played 2 games today.
Right. Tried to get up to get the ball, and it kind of went through his hands. Northington and Johnny on the spot. Good concentration. Yeah. Way to go, Northington.
And Harris being helped off the field right now for Farnsley. They're going a new quarterback. It looks like number
11, maybe.
11, if that is, it'd be
10.
Greg Wilson. Is it number 10?
I think it's 10.
Okay, that would be Avery Bell.
Avery Bell running a little sweep. Up, nowhere to go.
Nice tackle. Got him by the heel. That's 51. Mason Lemaster. Nice tackle there by LeMaster. And that's a safe play with a new quarterback coming in. Just go ahead and call a quarterback sweep.
Into the third quarter.
Into the third quarter. We'll head back to the fourth quarter with Johnson County on top 30-12 on PrepSpin.com.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you to the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
On 32 carries. Or 32 plays. We're back here at Bryan Station High School. Darren Douglas along with Coach Mike Meehan providing the analysis, and our producer, cameraman, William Warfield, braving the elements outside. Just the cold weather.
It is cold now.
We both should have told him, hey, just wait till you get our ages. It's a whole lot worse on you, William. Here's a ball that was kicked into no man's land, and a nice play by number 30, Caden Carpenter.
This has been all Johnson County. 282 total yards to Farnsley's 117 yards. Passing, though, Farnsley has 64 yards passing, including that long touchdown. Johnson only 7 yards passing. We're getting a look on your. This is what I love. This Eagle has been into it the whole time with these. There's like 5 cheerleaders, and they're doing a wonderful job, by the way.
How would you like to be the Hulk, though, of St. Joe's? Keep your arms flapping the whole game.
Wait a minute. The Eagle's the only warm person on the field.
I agree, except maybe those football players who don't know any better. This is, I believe that's is that Reynolds? Yep, Ethan Reynolds going around the right side. He'll get into Farnsley territory, Coach. Now, when Johnson County's wanted to go wide on that sweep, they've been able to seal the edge pretty much every time, with the exception of maybe the one holding penalty.
They have been, and they're going with Butcher. Jacob Butcher has 186 yards rushing on 16 carries.
Wow.
Just an amazing night.
Couple of scores, too, right?
Worthington also, 8 rushes for 85 yards, so he's doing well.
High snap pulled down by Rice. Gives it off coming around here to the near side. This is a new ball carrier for Johnson County. He gets inside the 35. That's darts inside the 30. That is Jacob who? Oh, number 5, Jacob Kane.
Jacob Kane on the carry. Nice job coming in and running the
Well, it doesn't matter who they bring in. Seems like they're getting the corner. Of course, that's the 5 guys and the tight ends up front for Johnson County doing a nice job of blocking. We mentioned the 5 offensive linemen for the most part for Johnson County. We'll try to give them to you again. The center, looks like 53, is Logan Holt. Back to throw is Rice. Across the middle, hits his man Rodriguez right between the 3 and the 2.
Nice job. And again, number 5, Jorian Harris came in and make the tackle.
Yeah, he's been shaking up the last couple of plays.
Did it pretty good.
Yeah, the center looks like 63, actually, Eddie Gibson.
Right.
The left guard is 51, Mason LeMaster. The left tackle is 75, Chase Litton. The right guard is Blake Augier, it looks like, and 65 is Grant Bingham, the right tackle. And we bring the tight end Rodriguez into the right side. They give it off. Nope. Rice keeps it going around the edge. 20, 15, 10. Cuts it back in, spins free. Goes down to the 1.
Nice job of running the football. And if it wasn't for a saving tackle right there at the end, he'd have been in the end zone again.
And I believe that was number 47 for.
Yeah, there's a flag on the play.
Caleb Atkins.
Right.
Might have a hold on the far side over there.
It
is. Well, I'll tell you, Gibson's good at riding that ball into either the fullback or one of the halfbacks and then pulling it and going around the edge. But he's doing such a good job of keeping in the belly of his running back that's fooling me up here.
Yeah, I thought that we'd call Jorian Harris a lot. And actually, he's had 7 individual tackles in this game.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn good.
Defensively, we have, and offensively, he's taking a beating
Yeah.
at quarterback. Clock rolling now with 6:31. Moving into the latter stages of this one. Johnson County on top, 30-12. Rice back to throw, sprints left, and then just underthrows his man.
Yep. Again, he tried to set
Number
his feet
84, Pelfrey.
Right, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
He looked like he tried to set his feet to throw and just couldn't quite get set, and the ball got away from him.
Yeah.
You know.
Looked like maybe he might have gotten a little bit too far to his left with the front foot.
Right, and they short-stepped it
Yep.
too. So.
And they try to guide it in, and unfortunately you can't do that. That's when the nose of football seems to dive.
And it did.
They bring back in Butcher.
Little 6 minutes and 16 seconds in this football game.
Bet number 2's getting it. What do you think?
I'd say so.
He's at the left half. That's who I'd go to. Spins in the hole, gets the first down inside the 10. He goes in a high tackle there, but
yeah, right.
Boy, I'm telling you,
that's a nice job of running the football again. Watch this again.
Yeah.
Look at him just.
Now watch the spin move. He did that before that, but that was a nice high tackle.
It was, but.
And right at the end, you see number 3 there for Johnson County, Andrew Birch. He comes over, puts his arm around Jarian Harris to tell him, hey, man, I may have made that hit on you while go on defense. You okay?
Yeah.
Check on him. See, there's the sportsmanship we've been talking about, Coach.
Love it.
First and goal from just outside the 5. They give it off to number 43. This is Jesse McCoy.
Nice run.
And he paddles his way in.
Wow, where's this Jesse come from?
That's a heck of a run, Coach.
Yeah, no kidding, Jesse.
Because I looked down thinking maybe he might have been stopped, but he kept right on going.
That was a really nice job.
They just keep coming at you with running backs.
They just do. Pretty impressive.
This is a nice run. William back and forth again. He's wearing me out, Coach. Watching him in and out here. Watch this run by McCoy. Coach, that shows second and third effort on McCoy's part. He's the lone running back there.
Yep, bam. Boy, he just pounds in there, breaks several tackles. Yeah. Nice job.
Yeah, got hit low, and unfortunately the Farnsley defender didn't wrap up, and McCoy kept his legs moving.
Getting ready to go for 2 here.
36-12 in favor of Johnson County, trying to punch their ticket to the championship game tomorrow.
Number 12.
And in goes Cole Dalton for Johnson County with the 2-point conversion, making it 38-12 now in favor of the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, with 5 minutes to go, this game belongs to Johnson County. We'll see if Farnsley can get something else going.
Well, Farnsley's energy was a whole lot better in the third quarter and the early part of this fourth quarter. Due to a big run by Northington, and then they just seemed to be better. And then Johnson County came right back after the score from Johnson County to answer, and it seemed to take the wind out of the sails of the Wildcats a little bit.
We might have another player of the game here, another
Crown
Trophy Butcher.
Oh yeah!
Oh my gosh, he has well over 100 yards rushing, and I don't know how many touchdowns.
At least 2 that I can think of right offhand.
Maybe more than that.
One of the first times you'll see a team huddle up on the kickoff.
We'll take a look at
getting ready to kick off. Logan Holt. Final game of the night coming up at the conclusion of this one will be Northern Pulaski and South Warren for the right to meet what it looks like now to be right now at this point Johnson County. This one kind of a chip shot that goes off to the right side and fielded by Farnsley on the far side. And that looks like number is that 48 or 38 there.
80-something is kind of shaking up a little bit.
Maybe 88, and if that's the case, that's Jaden Garner.
Yeah.
Couldn't catch the number, the total number there.
I think it was
88.
Yeah.
88.
Yeah.
Jaden Garner for Farnsley, and that's where the Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
The good football team that just let the game get away from them,
Yeah,
it looks like to me.
Just their own mistakes at times cost them, whether it be a penalty. And I think they've only turned the ball over one time, though.
Right,
But
yeah.
critical penalties have hurt Farnsley tonight. And let's give Johnson County credit. They took advantage of every mistake Farnsley made. Giving her to the wideout on the end around. This is Atkins inside Johnson County territory, and a high tackle. And now Atkins a little upset, and he may have gotten a finger in the eye. Nope.
Well, he's up. He's up.
He pounded his fist on the turf like maybe something had happened. But
Rodriguez made the tackle. He didn't mess around when he tackles.
Maybe Atkins is a little upset he didn't take it all the way. That might be the
I don't know. With Rodriguez there, I don't think you're going to take it all the way.
Yeah, Rodriguez did a nice job of coming inside out to make the tackle.
A big man grabbed him, got him down fast. So with 5 minutes and 34 seconds to go, I'm sure that Farnsley would love to get another score here.
Looked like a gain of 16 there,
nice job,
Coach.
Nice job.
And here come the Wildcats back to the line of scrimmage. Tell you something else I noticed in the 7th and the 8th grade games for both Johnson County teams. Their linemen are pointing out who their blocks are when they come to the line of scrimmage.
That's good.
Here's a blitz, and Harris evades it, cuts it back, and sometimes that's not very good, but here he breaks free. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Farnsley.
This team is a very good football
They
team.
are.
I mean, it's just amazing how they let this game get away from them a little bit. Johnson County's just too darn good.
All right.
But, wow, I'm impressed.
Coach, I was getting ready to say, sometimes you cut back against the grain. That's not good because you run into
Then you
into
change
the
your
pursuit,
mind real quick.
to the pursuit. And then you got to check your feelings sometimes.
Yeah, I saw how you punted on that one.
Yeah, it was tough. I did that one time, and I learned real quick, never cut it back across the grain like that. The 2-point conversion. That was a nice run by Harris.
It was a nice run. Going for 2 here. Let's see
Making
how
it
they handle
38 to 18 with 5:19 to play. Harris, busted play, going left. He's going to be just – yep, he got it in.
He got in.
38-22 now. Or excuse me, 38-20.
These officials are getting a little cold out there. They can tell the way they're walking. They're walking real stiff like. Here's the run. Look at his nice run.
Cutting it back against the grain, and then he just gets a nice shield block.
Yeah, a little escort.
From Manise, his wideout.
Yeah, got a little escort down the field.
And I tell you, that again, you don't coach a guy to come back across the grain like that because there's somebody waiting on you.
Yeah, but that takes some skill.
Takes some skill.
Kind of a run. We got 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes and 19 seconds.
And one more game to go.
One more game to go. Might be a good one, though.
Might be a good one.
These two teams.
I unfortunately will not be here for that final game, though, Coach. I apologize.
Tell me what you know about. Let's see who.
Well, Northern Pulaski, they're gonna spread it out. They're gonna run what Pulaski County High School runs, is what they feed, and they're gonna spread it out, and they're gonna run it, and gonna do a lot of different things. As a matter of fact, the first year I did this, I saw a young Riley Hall.
He's
who is now the starting quarterback at Georgetown College.
Right, yeah.
I get to call him over there. Got a few good quarterbacks over there. The backup for Riley Hall at Georgetown, Reese Ryan, transfer in from Western Kentucky, played at Lexington Catholic.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know he was there.
Here's an onside kick, and it's covered by Johnson County at the 49. The 4th-string quarterback is a young man that transferred in from, I believe, the University of Buffalo. Got good size, too, so tell you what, if you want to watch a college football game outside of the University of Kentucky or EKU or Western, go to Campbellsville, Lindsey Wilson, or Georgetown. They all 3 are ranked in the top 25.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Campbellsville and Georgetown playing right now.
Yeah, I've been to a couple games at Georgetown and Campbellsville, one game. But
yeah, if you come over to Georgetown, holler at me.
I've never been to Lindsey Wilson game.
It's up on a hilltop. The whole university's up on a hilltop. The college, yeah.
That's neat.
Not neat in basketball season when there's ice on those roads. You just slide down the hill. They turn, give it off to number 12. That is Dalton on the carry.
Nice tackle by number 31, Mitchell.
But, I mean, you can go to some of those games for about $5-6 to watch a college football game. I know it's the lower level, but you'll see just as good a talent down there as you will at some of the higher.
I like going over to Center College.
Yeah, Center's a good program, too.
Yeah, beautiful. A really nice facility over there.
Right there in the heart of campus, too, by the way, the football stadium is.
It is.
Good Division III program. Their big bugaboo is Trinity University out of Texas. They give it off to, that's number 1, Bladen Sexton. And unfortunately, he ran into number 53. That is Jerry Mack.
Yeah. A little help from Northington again. One Northington has been all over the field in both offense and defense.
Good job by Mack. He stayed at home at his defensive tackle spot. Atkins trying to get his crowd involved over there across the way from Farnsley. Unfortunately, young man, those parents and some friends of yours and other family members, they're cold.
They're frozen to their seats.
Tough to get up in this kind of weather.
There's metal bleachers over there, too. I'll tell you what, it is cold.
38-20. We're under 4 minutes to play in the ball game.
Ooh, offside.
And Harris trying to time his blitz, and
it didn't work.
Unfortunately, a little longer count from Rice that time got him off sides. That just shows you the football savvy of some of these middle schoolers we are covering here, Coach. When they are able to draw out the count and keep their linemen in place and draw a defense off sides. I believe this is down to our left as we get down here a little bit further down the field, the direction that Johnson County is going. We see a team in all black and white. I believe that's South Warren. Pretty good guess if they're black, since Northern Pulaski's nicknamed the Maroons, right?
Right, I would say so.
I go right on that limb there. They give it off to the man of the night, Butcher. He gets the first down inside the 40-yard line at about the 36, and only got tripped up by a foot by McNeese. If he doesn't get that foot, Butcher may have another touchdown.
Yeah, I believe he's the player of the game here. I think, honestly.
Well, I love his patience when he goes out to the edge, lets his blockers get to their blocks, and then if he has to, he helps set up a block and then just gets it upfield. Time is rolling. 3:02 to play. Johnson County on top, 38-20. Butcher coming out as they bring Reynolds back in. And actually they bring in number 12, Cole Dalton, at the left halfback.
Yeah, Butcher.
They give it off to Reynolds.
Butcher had 186 yards at the end of the third quarter. And so now in the fourth quarter, I guarantee he's got another 50, 60, 70 yards. So I believe we're going to have him as the player of the game, just doing a super job today. It is first down now for Johnson County. They're still driving the football on about the 18-yard line. First down on about the 20. Yeah, here we go. Nice job, good handoff. And
that's Reynolds again.
Reynolds again driving
21.
the football down there.
Gets down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'm trying to see here if I can.
You can see the wind picking up by the.
Yeah, Butcher has
one of the chain gang members there with the field pass around his neck. It's blowing all over the place.
Did Butcher have a touchdown in this fourth quarter? I know he has one already.
He had one in the third quarter, I do know, but I don't know about the fourth quarter.
186 yards in rushing, though, man.
Still got a little ways to go to catch up with our guy, Matt Brown, from last year, Knott County Central.
Right.
Give it off to Reynolds. Bounces off a man, gets down inside the 5 to the 2. A penalty flag coming up, and number 43, you see just to the right of your screen, may have gotten stepped on there as he kind of grabs the back of his left calf.
Got a penalty against Johnson County.
Looks like a hold against the Golden Eagles.
Right, and it's with
brings
2 minutes of change here to go in the football game. 38-20.
Well, Coach, I'll see you tomorrow morning beginning at 11 o'clock with that Corbin Boyle County 8th grade Division II championship game to get things underway. What a game to get started with.
I can't wait. That's going to might be the best game of the weekend.
Could be. Although that Cottle Johnson County 7th grade game was pretty good a while ago, too.
Really.
They turn. Rice breaks the tackle on the backfield. Inside the 10. May have made the wrong read. He looked to cut it out here to the near side. If he had probably just cut it straight upfield, he probably walks in and scores.
And Juan Northington made the tackle again.
That's actually, is that 10? Is that Rice still? Yeah, that's Rice.
Yeah, Rice. Northington made the tackle on that play. Did a pretty good job. So.
You see the hole back to his right. If Rice just cuts it up straight upfield, he walks in, I think.
Right. Just
headed to under a minute to play.
Yep. Yeah,
Johnson County with the football's 3rd and goal at the 5.
I think it would be a good thing to just let somebody else carry the football here. But
they give it to Reynolds, nothing doing.
Right.
Northington all over Reynolds.
Northington is a superstar. He really is.
And timeout Farnsley.
I don't know why.
Well, they may just want to set up and try to get the ball back.
Yeah, well.
With 49.4 seconds to play.
And they've been in this game. They just let them get too far out ahead.
Yes,
of them.
sir.
They try to come
yes,
back.
Sir.
But, a good football team. Honestly, both of these football teams are good football teams. Either one of them could be champions.
I agree. It could be one of those games where whoever we don't know what we're going to see with South Warren and with Northern Pulaski, but
Butcher for Johnson has maybe close to 200 yards rushing in this football.
That will be the largest rushing total of all the games so far today with one game to play, at least at this side. We don't know what the results – we know what the results were. We just don't know what the statistics over were at LCA for the 2 games over there.
Right. If we could get maybe William, I don't know, we have one more game to go.
Mm-hmm.
You have one more plaque to go, see. But this kid just had a great game.
He did almost
close to 200 yards rushing.
Well, that was at last count. That was at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Okay.
Break the bone. They go wing back to the right. Butcher back in there. They'll fake it. Rice looks, throws to the end zone.
Oh!
Did he catch it?
No, hit the ground. Or it was out of bounds when it hit
May have come down on the back line.
Oh, we're going to see that again.
That was a pretty good catch, though.
Instant replay on that bad boy.
He did. He came down.
Yeah, but let's slow-mo it, man.
As the ball goes over on downs to Farnsley, trailing 38-20 with 43 seconds to play.
Let's see this one, Darren. Going to throw a nice little pass. We're in a little slow-mo on PrepSpin.com.
Rice sets his feet, and he just leads him maybe a little too far.
Up, hand, bobble.
Oh, his left hand came down on the end line, it looks like, before he actually got control of the football. Yeah. Good call by the back judge there.
Yeah, he might even have dropped the ball. You can't really see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, ball's moving a little bit. Yeah, it looks like he held on, but the ball moved a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Got to securely catch all the way through. Well, Coach, I'll see you tomorrow morning coming up at 11 a.m.
I'm looking forward to it, Darren. I appreciate it. By the way, I really enjoy working with you, buddy.
I do too, bud. We don't do it enough.
No, we don't. It's fun.
We will get together during the playoffs, though. You and Gary and I will.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Here's Harris looking deep for Northington. He has him off.
Oh, he knows it, too.
And that was 6. Boy, and Harris could not have thrown it any better.
Pretty pass.
That was right on the money.
Oh, look the ball in. That was 6 points.
That was.
He's dropped several. And he's got several. So,
but boy, you couldn't have thrown that any better.
Nice job of throwing Harris. I tell you what, he's got an arm, doesn't he?
He does. And when he can set his feet and has time to let it fly, that is, he is as accurate as they come.
And we don't know who they feed, but it'll be interesting to see as he progresses into high school how he does.
And if they do feed anybody, being down there in Louisville with all those high schools, I think there's something like 42 high schools down there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. Back to throw is Harris. He rolls left, sets his feet, lets it fly.
He can throw it a mile.
He can. That's just off his receiver's hands. Looking for Darian Stallwetter.
26 seconds to go in this football game. 26.9.
And I think if Johnson County gets the ball back after the next couple of downs,
they'll just need it.
I think you'll see him take a knee.
Yep, the old victory formation.
Well, the best formation a head coach and his staff can see.
You like calling that one.
So it'll be 3rd and 10. Stallwetter just now getting back into the picture. He ran a long way.
Yeah, they're even Northern trying to catch a breath here if they can.
Coach, I had an interesting situation as the head coach. I had this kid. We were scrimmaging, making plays all over the place. Came time for run sprints after our little scrimmage, and I asked him. I said, "Why aren't you running sprints with us?" And Michael, and he looked at me. He said, "Coach, thought I heard their excuses. I got hemorrhoids." I had to walk away.
No.
Bad snap over Harris.
Don't give him
and
a
it goes
touchdown.
in for a touchdown.
Yeah,
Actually, they may have blown it dead.
No,
Touchdown, yeah. With 20.4 to play, 44-20.
I'm disappointed in Harris that time a little bit. He
I think the young man just forgot what the ruling was on that.
I do too. And I think basically what he could have done was follow the ball and just give him 2 points instead of 7 or 6. I'm concerned maybe, just maybe, the way he quit on that ball, that maybe the official made a mistake and blew the whistle on that.
Possibility, I don't know.
But they're going to give him, let's see.
They're going to wind the clock.
Why?
I don't know.
I think probably Johnson County agreed to that. Said it.
Or maybe Farnsley said, yeah, you'll see on the far side, just out of your picture, as William moves the cameras, they were coming into your picture, the Maroons of Northern Pulaski. Well, if we were going to pick a recipient of our player of the game, it's hands down Jacob Butcher, number 2 for the Golden Eagles.
What I suggest is that we look at this last game and see if we have a real superstar. We can always get another plaque, but we can always present this to Butcher tomorrow.
Yes.
So we'll do that.
Well, the Golden Eagles, 44-20, victors over Farnsley. And Coach Bean will be with William Warfield. They'll bring you the last game, Northern Pulaski against South Warren, here from Bryan Station High School. Darren Douglas, 4. Well, it was up there. I don't know where it went now. It was up on – there it is. There it is, right in the window, Coach. So Jacob Butcher, our player of the game, but Farnsley loses tonight to Johnson County, 44-20. Coach Mike, me, and I will see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock for the first game, Boyle County and Corbin in the 8th grade Division II state championship game here at Bryan Station High School. So for Coach Mike Meehan, along with William Warfield, I'm Darren Douglas saying so long from Bryan Station. Join us back, though, for game number 6, South Warren and Northern Pulaski on PrepSpin.
Johnson County Golden Eagles! They'll play D1, 8th grade at 5 o'clock right here at Lexington Bryan Station Field. So come on out.